My hometown, the cursed land. Part 4, the family curse that erased every son. Have you ever heard of a piece of land cursed to never allow a son to survive? A wealthy, kind-hearted family. No enemies, no political entanglements. And yet, over the course of 3 generations, not a single male heir lived long enough to carry on the bloodline. And the last person who could have broken the curse? He drowned in a puddle of water that barely reached his waist. My great-grandfather was a remarkable man. He worked in land registry, handling property records, and became one of the wealthiest men in the region. People respected him. He was gentle, stayed away from politics and power, and never hurt anyone. He had 5 wives. That might sound excessive now, but for a man of status back then, it wasn't unusual. But here's where it gets strange. Every single one of them only gave birth to daughters. My grandmother, the youngest daughter of the 3rd wife, was one of them. Only one wife, his second, who lived in Hanoi, gave birth to a boy, Uncle T, the sole male heir of the entire family. The whole clan placed their hopes on him. He was gifted, passed the national equivalent of college exams at just 16. To my great-grandfather, Uncle T was the future, the one who would carry the family name. Uncle T didn't gamble or drink. He had only one hobby, fishing. Every weekend, he would leave Hanoi and return to the family's riverside retreat in Gok Tui, a peaceful home built by his father to escape the chaos of city life. But that very place would be where he died. That day, he went fishing with a friend. They set up near a chuang, a shallow river pool close to the riverbank. The water barely reached waist level, nothing dangerous. As they fished, his line got stuck. Uncle T said, "Hold on, I'll go in and untangle it." He stepped into the water and never came back up. The friend? He didn't scream, didn't run for help. He silently packed up the fishing gear and walked home, went to bed. Later that night, when my great-grandfather realized his son hadn't returned, he panicked and went looking. The friend casually said, "Oh, he drowned." My great-grandfather ran to the river like a madman. The pool was barely waist deep. Dozens of villagers searched all night, but the body was never found. How could a strong swimmer drown in shallow water and leave no trace? Time passed. The tragedy faded. Then, unexpectedly, his 3rd wife, my grandmother's mother, became pregnant. A spark of hope returned to the family. If this child was a boy, maybe the curse would be broken. She blossomed during her pregnancy. By the 7th month, she looked healthy, glowing. My great-grandfather adored her. But then, in that very 7th month, she fell severely ill. Doctors tried everything. Nothing worked. When she passed away, the doctor whispered to my great-grandfather, "It was a boy, but we couldn't save him." My great-grandfather collapsed in the courtyard, sobbing like a child. By the end of his life, no male heir had survived. The family spirit faded, and the fortune, the lands, the legacy, slowly unraveled. After that, no one in the family dared to hope again. Even in my grandfather's generation, the land's curse continued. He had 2 sons, Uncle D and Uncle C, but what happened around them was even more bizarre. And my grandfather, because of one act of kindness, accidentally offended a strange beggar. What followed were countless bizarre and terrifying events that plagued my family for years. Subscribe for the next episode, The Mysterious Eerie Beggar,